guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing well. Today we're actually gonna do a pretty quick video just because life has just been really busy, but I say that every video. I'm gonna get on with my full collection video, which I'm very excited about. But anyways, today I want to give you guys a few tips about my Picotin bag. This is probably my favorite summer bag for the past summer. So you guys know I got this maybe 2-3 months ago from a consignment store. And it is beautiful Picotin 18 in the Nada color in the Clemens leather. So here it is. She's like such a beautiful piece. When I got her, even though it is secondhand, there's like very little wear on it. Beautiful shape and color. It's just very easy to style with for the summertime. So I used it a lot. I had trillies on both handles, but you know, there's no issue. I was pretty concerned with having a light color bag in general, and I have 2 kids, but it was, you know, fairly easy. There was no wear or anything like that when I used it. This bag is actually big enough for me to carry like their couple diapers, wipes, hand sanitizers, a small change of onesies for my baby, some snacks. So it actually packs in quite a bit. So it works out really well for me, even though it's not a proper diaper bag, but it was kind of enough for me to go out for a quick outing with my kids and my husband. So really liked it. Probably the bag that I used the most this year during the summer. So I think I mentioned, you can obviously check out my unboxing video and my comparison video to the size 22. I love this so much that I considered size 22, but after I saw the 22, I realized it was a bit too big and too boxy for me. So the 18 is really probably a better size for me, and for reference, I am 160 centimeters, so about 5'3". And Hermes, they have so many colors. It's sometimes really difficult to tell what color it is. If you're looking for a Nada piece, you can tell by the color of the glazing. So it's a chocolatey, dark brown finishing on the edges. That's kind of how you are able to tell that it is Nada. If it's a beaten or if it's a cray, then they will have a lighter color glazing. So that's kind of one of the tricks that you can use. And this one is a platinum hardware, so silver hardware, and I personally like to have the lock on. Just adds a little extra weight to keep the bucket shape better, and obviously a little extra bling on the bag. And today what we're talking about is how I've been able to keep the shape of the Picotin bag. If you search for some older Picotin bags, you will see that this bag can slouch like nobody's business. It can like become like completely a flat bag. The bigger it is, the slouchier it gets. The Clemens leather, it's so soft, and you know, it's in our heavier kind of leather category really. The way to tell, I mean, I could do a whole different video about different leather types from Hermes, even though I don't personally own too many of them, but it is, you know, very interesting to learn about their leathers. The Clemens leather compared to Togo has bigger grains, but it's actually softer to the touch. So it's different, but you know, like they could look very similar. Regardless, the Clemens leather is really can get very slouchy over time. And when I first got this bag, it was pretty much the same condition as it is now, but I feel like even now it's actually a little bit more structured. The vulnerable points for Picotins are generally the corners here, so you will definitely see kind of like a slouch right here on the corners. But overall, as you can tell, it can still stand alone by itself. The overall structure is still there, and the corners are not too bad. So as soon as I got the bag, I started looking into how to get the shape, you know, structure maintained properly for this bag. And one of the more obvious ways is obviously you can stuff it with anything, with blankets, with clothes, whatever you want. That's the cheapest option, and it's the most easily accessed option. So I have baby and kids, so I have a lot of like easy to use swaddles and blankets. So those things you could easily put inside, and then it will kind of give you a nice kind of stuff shape to it. You can obviously use like other things. There's a lot of things that you can use, like air bags or tissue papers is probably a better option, because anything with cloth, there's also a chance for mold, and obviously there's hygiene issue as well. But what is it called? The swaddles has worked for me, but as you can tell, even if you put the swaddles in, or whatever the cloth you put in, there is still a pretty big dent. Like it kind of, the structure is still not perfect. It's kind of wavy on the edges. It doesn't, you see the slouch here doesn't really help. So sometimes I put extra things in this area just to keep it even more structured. So, you know, that is one thing, but it's pretty annoying for me to find the appropriate things to stuff inside and make sure it's properly stuffed every time I use it. So it becomes a hassle. And another reason for that, the handles also then become an issue. Sometimes it's not in the proper shape. So I didn't really enjoy, or I didn't really like this option for myself. And also another reason is every time I do that, I will need to unlock the locket and take it out in order for me to properly stuff the bag. As you can see, if I have the locket on, the top it's a little tighter, so it becomes harder for it to be properly shaped. So, you know, to remove the locket, store it away, to stuff it, and still doesn't give me an ideal shape, I didn't like that. So my other simple trick, which I find a little bit better maybe and a bit easier to do, is using a clothes hanger. So let me go grab one quickly. Can you tell I wasn't super ready for this video? But a clothes hanger, and preferably like the ones with a flat. I had one which I can't find right now, but like a flat clothes hanger. So for your pants, or sometimes like kids' dresses and things like that with a little bit of cushion. I had one of those, but I can't find it now. But basically, you put the strap onto the flat part. In this case, it's not going to be flat, which long term wouldn't make sense. And then you will just hang it in your closet like this, which I think it's a pretty good alternative as well. But in this case, you also sometimes need to remove the locket, or you can leave it like this. I think it's okay. But at least it keeps the leather nice and stretched and flat. So like this is an option for you as well. And if you have the space in your closet, you know, go for it. I think that may work. Again, I've had it over the summer and the shape has been like kept pretty well. And I've mostly used this method, as in use a hanger and hung it just in my closet, and it worked well. And I find that way I don't have to worry about stuffing it. I could sometimes even leave my things in there and just like hang the bag and it still works. So this is the organizer that came with the bag when I purchased it, and it's okay, like it's nice, but when I put it in, and it does give me a little bit of bulging right here. Not sure if you guys can tell. Like if I try to hold it tight, it does give me a little bulging right here, but it's fine. Overall, you know, and the size basically fit the bottom perfectly. But even with the organizer alone, I feel like if I just leave it on the floor or something like that, you can tell the dent is right here. Over time, definitely wouldn't help with the slouch. It's still gonna be a problem for me, I think. So I try to hang it whenever I can. Like, you know, I can leave the organizer and all my stuff in there and just hang the bag like this on a straight hanger. So that's been kind of how I try to maintain the shape. One last trick, which I've also seen it somewhere else on Instagram, I believe, or seen on another webpage. But basically, you can also use the gravity. The reason for the hanger ones, again, sometimes it will damage the shape of the handle. It could be too sharp at the corners right here and things like that. So people have different ways that they find it easy to use. I've also tried, so basically you can use anything. You can use your paper towel, you know, the cone that's left over, or you can use a box, you can use whatever you want. But basically, put that in there and then revert the bag like this. So basically, then you use gravity and pull the bag down all together with the handle naturally fell towards the ground that way. I think this is okay method as well, but obviously there are a few cons with it. So, you know, it takes up a lot of space. Like, where am I really gonna set this thing? Like, I don't know where I'm gonna really put this, right? And then also I noticed that depending on how big your object is, it could also create a little bit of, like, the surface seemed to come up a little bit. Over time, the corners kind of sags down, so that may affect the overall structure of the bottom as well. The good thing about the Picotins is that it does come with a very structured bottom, but like I said, it's not easy to maintain the structure of the Picotin, especially you know, especially if you have those larger sizes. I think you just have to accept the fact that it's gonna slouch. People don't even realize this is a problem, and then they just like use it, and after a while realizing it's like quite a bit slouchier than when they first purchased the bag. So after trying on a few other options, like I said, most of the time I will just like try to hang it in my closet somewhere, but I think I like to display my bag. You guys know I have a shelf and I kind of display all the ones. And the ones that you put away, sometimes you don't remember them and forget to use them. So I actually did put it away for a while, and I haven't used it for quite some time, this bag. You guys know last week I uploaded a video about the DGAZ organizer from my Kelly. And then because it was so good, I decided that I will go ahead and purchase the set for the Picotin 18 as well, and I just received it. So like I mentioned earlier, the felt organizer really creates like a bulge on the shape. So sometimes I like it without. You can see it's a little bit more natural, it's flat. If you put in this more rigid organizer inside, there is a little bit of bulging right here, which I don't like. So with these ones, they comes in again, the silky material, which I think is a little bit more flexible. So let's open up and see if that's true. Oh, can't really open this side. Let's see. Does it open this side? So it's very similar to the Kelly one. It gives you the nice little scented pouch. So this is the one, and I ordered it in the nata color to match with the bag. Oh, so it's quite similar. Oh, it's so nice. And I like how I took it out. There's no electricity status at all. So this one here has a little bit weighted bottom, but not really. Thicker edges, and then inside there's no pocket on the external. And inside there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 organizer pocket on the side. This one here, the one I already have, is from Suni. I don't know if you guys are aware of the brand. It's actually fairly nice too. I really like it. It has a kind of additional organizer piece where you can put a bottle or something in here. And then it has an organizer on each side as well. So also well designed. But again, the main difference between the two obviously is the fact that this is a kind of silky material, satin material, okay? So let's get her in and see how that looks like inside. So again, the size is identical and it fits perfectly. It fits like a glove inside. And you see how this one does not create any bulging at all. It kind of just like, you know, just like marries the shape perfectly. That's awesome. You can see the inside is nice and clean. And I feel like this satin material will be actually quite easy to clean and run it in the wash. I'm not quite sure. I can try that and then let you guys know how it survives the washer at some point, I guess, if I get it really dirty. But right now, yeah, it fits in perfectly and really, really nice. I really like it. I can add on the lock now because you can easily get in and out while having the lock on there as well. So it is. What do you guys think? Really like this bag. It's just very simplistic, super easy to use because it's a bucket bag. Very nice. I think I really like the new organizer too. And I'm like actually pretty surprised with the fact that the leather is quite easy to maintain. Like you can see the corners are in perfect condition, like no issue. The bottom's clean. Very happy with it. And the main reason I went ahead is also the pillow. So with a pillow, basically the idea is I no longer have to hang it on a hanger or put it on some kind of stick or anything like that to keep the structure. Let's see how that looks like. I've seen some videos about it online. I am a bit skeptical, to be honest. Like, I don't know if it's the best way to maintain the shape of it, but a lot of people said it works really well and have good recommendation about it. So let's see if that's true. It's really well packed too. They have nice packaging. So this one I think I get in the same color scheme as well, in the Nada color. It's nice. So give you the little handlebar here, so it's easy for you to pull it in and out of the bag. I guess that makes sense. But it's essentially a pillow, and the satin piece can again be removed and cleaned, which is beautiful. And then there's a foam inside, so if it ever gets dirty, I guess you can always pull it out and have it clean. But my main thing is I really don't like to have to remove the lock every time. So let's see if that works. To just put in like this before my baby gets fussy. She's been really good. You're so good today. Seems a bit hard, to be honest, to get in, but it is a foam piece. So let's see if I could manage to get in. Yep, I think it works. I think I need to remove this strap, this tag. But look at that, pretty good. Nice. Okay. Once it's go in, I know it looks a little weird. It doesn't quite look like your typical Picotin anymore. But this is how it's supposed to be stuffed, apparently. Look at that. So basically, it's fitting. Let me get that baby. Oh, okay. Oh, you're bored now? Okay. So this is how it looks like once it's stuffed in. You can leave the lock on. I don't think it will affect anything. And you have all the corners all perfectly stuffed. I think it's really nice. This way I can still put it on a shelf if I like. And I think it's better than any other ways to maintain it because it kind of keeps every side of the bag in perfect kind of shape. And over time, I think it'll just like make the bag last a bit longer this way. You want to see the bag too? Yeah, here. Do you like it? I guess just make sure that the lock doesn't scratch the metal part too much, and then it may cause some damage to the lock. But this way is definitely the smallest way to keep the shape, you know, instead of putting it on a hanger or anything else. This way I can easily store it away like this in a dust bag even. So It's not cheap. If you can somehow recreate this yourself, then good for you. But to be honest, it's not that easy. I've tried different ways, as you can tell. I've tried different ways to do it, but in the end, I still think the pillow is worthwhile investment to keep the longevity of the bag. Okay, I think that's it for today, given my little princess is a bit fussy, but I'm pretty happy with it. I will use it for some time, and maybe next time I can show you guys how it looks like while it's being stored in the pillow. Alright, say goodbye. Are you clapping for mommy? Okay, thanks guys. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.